Okay. Good evening, everyone. We're going to start with this session. I'm going to start recording this session for the ones that cannot join to this meeting. I'm going to share the screen right now, and you can let me know if you can see my screen. Se puede ver en pantalla lo que estoy compartiendo.
Sí,
Okay, thank you. Bueno, como as I mentioned last week, right, we're going to continue with the same topic. However, today we are going to start talking about different quantifiers, otros cuantificadores. Siempre el mismo tema, ¿verdad? Sobre los countable and uncountable nouns, and how we can use quantifiers with countables and uncountable nouns. And I remember that on Thursday we were talking about much and many, right? Do you remember it? Do you remember that? So can you tell me what's the difference between much and many? I don't want a great explanation, just something important. What's the main difference between them? Do you remember that?
uno es para los contables y el otro es para los no contables.
Yeah, that's the main difference. Okay, thank you very much. And which of them is used with countable nouns? ¿Cuál de ellos es utilizado con countable nouns?
Many,
Many is used with countable nouns, right? Countable nouns are words or objects that we can count, right? And uncountable nouns are things that we cannot count. For example, they are liquids, líquidos, and some words that in Spanish are countable, but in English are uncountable. Como por ejemplo, los ejemplos que estuvimos viendo, advice, information, traffic, furniture. Those words in Spanish are like countable, some of them, but in English they are uncountable. Okay, and this is something that we read last time. Esto es algo que leímos la vez pasada, ¿verdad? Quantifiers are words that are used to state quantity or amount of something without stating the exact number. We already know that quantifiers o cuantificadores en español, quantifiers are words that are used to express an amount, una cantidad, para expresar una cantidad, an amount of something without saying the exact number of that, sin decir el número exacto. Okay, and today we are going to start talking about these quantifiers, a little and a few. Um, these words are very common in English. I'm pretty sure that you already know the meaning of this word. Here we have some of the most useful quantifiers. Um, Here in this image, you can see any, a lot of, some, many, some, and much. But today we are going to focus just in this, a little and a few. And just I want to make sure if you have an idea about this, a little and a few. ¿Ya han visto esas palabritas anteriormente? Solo me quiero asegurar, ¿verdad? Si tenemos alguna idea o tienen alguna idea de eso. A little and a few. ¿Ya habían visto eso
Así
antes?
es.
Sí, muy bien, muy bien. En oraciones, ¿verdad? Normalmente son usadas, son palabras muy, digo, podría decirlo, muy básicas, porque siempre son muy comunes en oraciones y a la hora de hablar. And here we have a little and a few. So quantifiers used with uncountable nouns. We can use a little with uncountable nouns only. And quantifiers used with plural countable nouns. That means we can use a few with countable nouns only. Solo podemos usar a few con sustantivos contables. What does that mean? ¿Qué significa? ¿Cuál es el significado de cada uno de ellos? Todo depende de cómo lo interpretemos. No tiene como un significado exacto, sino más bien cómo lo interpretemos. Por ejemplo, a little, most of the time we can interpret that word like un poquito, un poco o algo. And a few, it's like pocos, unos pocos o algunos. And if you pay attention, we are using a letter S at the end of these words because they are used in plural. That's the main difference. A little is used with uncountable nouns and a few is used with countable nouns. That's the main difference. And here we have some examples of how we can use a little and a few in sentences in English. So we already know what the main difference, what's the main difference between them. And these expressions are express quantity, expresan una cantidad, pero no una cantidad exacta, ¿verdad? Como lo venimos diciendo. Por ejemplo, las dos expresiones hablan de cantidades pequeñas. Eso es otra cosa, hablan de cantidades pequeñas. A little se usa con un sustantivo incontable. A little is used with uncountable nouns. And a few with is used with countable nouns, okay? And most of the time they are used in affirmative sentences y son usadas normalmente en oraciones afirmativas, like these examples that we have here, just affirmative sentences. For example, the first sentence says, there is a little coffee in my kitchen. There is a little coffee in my kitchen. And the next one says, I have a few cups of coffee. I have a few cups of coffee. So why am I using a little in this sentence? What do you think? ¿Qué piensan por qué estoy usando a little en esta oración? Y a few en esta otra. I think that the main difference is easy. Creo que la diferencia está fácil, ¿verdad? Porque coffee, what do you think about that word? It's countable or uncountable?
Not countable.
Yeah, it is uncountable. It's true. It's correct. And that's why we are using a little. Because we cannot say there is a few coffee. That sounds a little bit weird. Suena un poco extraño and grammatically incorrect. And it is grammatically incorrect, okay? That's why we cannot use a few because coffee is an uncountable noun and we have to use a little. There is a little coffee in my kitchen. Now, I have a few cups of coffee. So I can count cups of coffee. Puedo contar las tazas, ¿verdad? De café. So that's why it's correct if I use a few, si uso el cuantificador a few. ¿Y cómo lo podríamos interpretar? Veamos. Um, hay un poquito de café en mi cocina. And the next one, tengo unas pocas tazas de café. O algunas, también lo podríamos decir. Tengo algunas tazas de café o tengo unas pocas tazas de café. Okay. The next sentence. Can somebody help me out reading this one?
La segunda, teacher.
Oh, what? I didn't hear you.
La la segunda oración.
Yeah, this one.
I need a little butter for this coffee.
Um, are you
I
sure
need
that
a little butter for this coffee.
coffee? Are you sure that says
Oh,
coffee?
okay, sorry. No tengo lente.
Don't worry, it's okay. You can read it
I
again.
need a little butter for this cake.
Yeah, butter is como mantequilla, ¿verdad? Butter.
Yeah.
I need a little butter for this cake, and that's why I'm using a little, because butter is something liquid. We cannot count that. Okay, we can measure that. Podemos medirlo normalmente, pero no contar el líquido, ¿verdad? So I need a little butter for this cake. That is an uncountable noun, and that's why I'm using a little. Okay, the next one. Somebody else help me out reading this one. Those sentences are very easy to pronounce.
Me, teacher.
Okay, go ahead. Thank you.
Cuando la mantequilla no está en líquido.
Go ahead.
There
Adelante.
are there are few children in your classroom.
There are a few children in your classroom. Yeah, thank you. Now, why am I using, or why are we using a few in this sentence and not a little? Why are we using this word, a few, in this sentence? ¿Por qué estamos utilizando a few in this sentence?
Está hablando de niños que pueden ser contados.
Yeah, children, it's it's a countable now. And that's why we have to use a few, right? Because we use a few with countable nouns. And we can interpret that like, hay algunos niños en tu salón, ¿verdad? Así que ya sabemos más o menos la diferencia. I don't know if you have questions so far about this. You have questions about these sentences or these examples? Everything is clear right now?
Teacher,
Clear.
yo tengo una duda.
Diga.
Y ese little no se ocupa también como para pequeño,
Sí, es un adjetivo también.
¿verdad? Ah, ok.
Sí, un adjetivo cuando describimos, decimos, this is my little brother, es como mi hermano pequeño, my little brother. Es un adjetivo. Y
Ok.
también es como un cuantificador, ¿verdad? Que para expresar cantidad. Solo que aquí no lo vamos a traducir como pequeño, ¿verdad? Sino que como poco, así.
Ok.
Sí,
Perfect. Thank
that's
you.
the main difference. Okay. And now we have more examples because that's the best way in order to learn and understand these kind of topics. Well, number one, this is a little time to take a break. Oh, there is a little time to take a break. There is a little time to take a break. What do you think about time? Do you think that we can count time? ¿Podemos contar el tiempo?
No.
Podemos contar, we can count minutes, seconds, and hours, but we cannot count time. En sí la palabrita, ¿verdad? Time. No es como que algo contable. Por ejemplo, I'm going to buy a few apples in this shop. What do you think about this one? Apples is a countable or an uncountable noun?
Countable.
Yeah, is a countable noun because we can count apple. One apple, two apples, three apples, four apples. That's why it's a countable noun. And
Vaya, 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 concéntrese en
how,
lo que está haciendo.
how can we interpret the first sentence?
Rapidito. Pierden
There is a little
los
time to take
estribos,
a
¿verdad?
break. Como hay un poquito de tiempo, hay un poquito, ¿verdad? Nunca lo vamos a decir como un pequeño, sino que un poquito de tiempo para descansar.
Ay,
I'm going to buy a few apples in this shop. Voy a comprar unas pocas o algunas también, o algunas manzanas en esta tienda. Okay, can somebody help me out reading this sentence? This one. A volunteer. Hello, are you there?
¿Cuál teacher?
This one.
He has a little water at home. At home.
Yeah. He has a little water at home. So we can count water. What do you think about it? We can count water.
In control.
No, we cannot count water. So it's an uncountable now, right? So that's why we have to use a little and not a few, right? Sorry. Hello, can you hear me? ¿Se escucha?
Yes, teacher.
yes, teacher.
Okay, so now the next sentence. So there are a few minutes. There are a few minutes to take a break. We are going to compare the first sentence with this one. If you can notice, it's similar because the first one says, la primera dice, there is a little time to take a break. And this one says, there are a few minutes to take a break. It's similar, but what's the difference here? I'm using here a little and this a few, but why? Why am I using a little here and a few in this sentence? If you know, you can share your knowledge. or your idea about this, your explanation? If you don't know, it's okay, right? But if you have an idea about what's the main difference between those sentences, you
La
can tell me.
primera habla como del tiempo, o sea, y sin embargo la segunda habla de minutos exactos, que los minutos sí los podemos contar.
Yeah, that's the main difference. We can count minutes and we cannot count time. O sea, en sí la palabra time, ahí en esa oración es como algo incontable, ¿verdad? No lo podemos contar. La
Yeah.
la palabrita time, ¿verdad? Pero, o sea, en cuanto a los minutos, sí, ¿verdad? There are a few minutes. Va a ser un poco raro si decimos, there are a little minutes. That sounds weird. I don't know. And doesn't make sense. And if it is correct if we use there are a few minutes, because a few is for countable nouns, and a little is used with uncountable nouns, a little time, right? Even if you see the sentence in Spanish, here says, hay unos pocos minutos para descansar. So we can say as well, hay algunos minutos también. Okay, the next sentence. There is a little wine for your birthday party. What do you think about wine? Is countable or uncountable?
Uncountable.
Yeah, it's uncountable because it's a liquid, like milk, water, soda, beer, coffee. Those are uncountable nouns, and that's why I have to use a little. There is a little wine for your birthday party. Hay un poco de vino, un poco, un poquito, and there are a few people in here. There are a few people in here, so we already know that people it's countable, right? It's a countable noun. Even that's in plural, está en plural. Hay algunas personas. Questions so far about these sentences? All it's clear? Well, from my perspective, I think that this topic uh, is a little bit easy, but I don't know what you think. So, what do you think? Do you feel that it's a little bit difficult for you? Or you have understood very well? ¿Se ha entendido más o menos cuál es la diferencia entre ambos? Because at the
Yes.
end, okay, at the end we are going to make some exercises, and I hope that all of you participated, right? Okay, this I have 3 sentences with a little, okay? So we already know that a little is used with countable or uncountable nouns. A little is used with
Uncountable.
uncountable nouns, right? Okay, the first sentence. Can somebody help me out reading the first one? Number 1.
I have a little bread at home.
I have a little bread at home. Thank you very much. Um, I remember that on Thursday I mentioned that bread is an uncountable noun because we cannot say breads, breads. ¿Se recuerdan la forma en la que les dije que podíamos decir porciones de pan? But in English.
No.
Portions of bread.
Portion.
Portions of bread. Porciones de pan. And ahí sí ya podemos contar, ¿verdad? Portions of bread. I have a little bread at home. It's like, tengo un poquito de pan en la casa. She has a little free time today. a little free time, because time, the word time is uncountable. No podemos decir tiempos. Tiempos, time in general. He has a little free time today. John saves a little money every week. What do you think if I say John saves a few money every week? Is that correct? John saves a few money every week. Is that correct?
No.
No, right? Why?
Money es incontable, a menos
Yeah,
que diga la cantidad de dinero que...
yeah, that's correct. Very good. Money is uncountable. Okay, we can say John saves a few dollars. Yeah, that's correct. Something very important. A menos que digamos una cantidad, ¿verdad? A few dollars. Pero incluso a little and a few expresan una cantidad pequeña, ¿verdad? Todo es como de poco o algunos. John saves a few dollars, unos pocos o algunos dólares. And a little is like igual, poquito o poco, pero with uncountable nouns, con sustantivos incontables. And here I have some examples with a few. The first one, Gabriela, can you help me out reading the first one? I don't know if you are here right now.
What is
Number one, the sentence number one.
okay? I have a few friends.
Okay, thank you. I have a few friends. Friends is a countable noun, and that's why I'm using a few. I have a few friends. Okay, number two. I don't want to buy more ingredients. My mom has a few in the kitchen. Why am I using a few here? Because ingredient is a countable noun. It's a countable noun. Es un sustantivo contable. And number three, I am going to my friend's house because he has a few video games. Okay, video games is another word that is used with a few, because video games is accountable now. I can count video games. This is one video game, two video games. I have four video games. So it's something countable. Es algo contable. And well, that's everything. So just we have here some exercises that we are going to do, but in English. But I would like to know if you have questions right now about the difference between a little and a few. Is it all clear? Or do you have doubt about something? ¿Todo está claro o hay algo que no se comprendió?
Clear, teacher.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Is it clear? It is clear, I mean. We're going to make this one, but I think that you are going to make like one sentence. I'm going to choose who is going to participate, right? Alma, I don't know if you can.
Yes.
It's okay? Okay, good. Okay, you're going to do the first one. If you have doubt about some words, you can tell me.
Teacher, give any examples about the topic.
Okay. The teacher give any. Any, you said, right? Dijo any, ¿verdad?
Yes, there is many examples.
But why are you using any?
That is the meaning. Or many examples.
What?
Many.
Well, how can I explain this? Right now we are just practicing. Yeah, right now we are just practicing a few and a little. Yeah. Even I can say the teacher give many examples, but that expression express an amount, but a lot. And in this case, if you read the examples in Spanish, is
Can be a few
algunos.
examples.
Yeah, that sounds better. A few examples about the topic. Yeah, that's correct. Makes sense. Because if we use many here, it's correct. The teacher gives. Even I have to add a letter S here because we are talking in third person and the verb need a letter S. The teacher gives many examples about the topic, but this says el profesor da muchos. Many is a quantifier and express an amount, but a lot, pero mucha, ¿verdad? Y aquí solo decimos algunos, ¿verdad? Como algo poco. And it's better a few, like you said. The teacher gives a few examples about the topic. Yeah, thank you. That works. Claudia, are you here?
Okay, teacher.
The second one. Okay.
We have a little the oil in the kitchen.
Yeah,
Oil.
that's
The kitchen.
yeah, that's correct.
Así está bien.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, because but I want to know why are you using a little and not a few? I want that you explain me a little bit. Why are you using a little and not a few?
Oil is uncountable.
Yeah, that's correct. And that's why we have to use a little, right? Yeah. Thank you very much. That's good. Next one. I don't know if Christian Alvarado Pineda. Are you here? Can you raise your hand here in the meeting? There is an option that says levantar la mano. So that means raise your hand. What about the rest one? There are just two people that raised their hand, and what about the rest one? You don't have that option here. Hola, no le desaparece esa opción. Sí.
Sí.
Muy bien.
Sí, teacher.
Muy bien. Bien. I have Raquel, Blanco, Gabriela, Claudia. What about the
Polanco.
rest? What about the rest one? Luis, Tania. ¿Me escuchan?
Sí.
Sí,
Yes,
teacher.
teacher.
Ya,
Sí.
yo ya le levanté la mano.
Sí, es lo que mencioné, por ejemplo, Raquel, Polanco, Claudia, Gabriela, solo ustedes, nada más, los demás no sé qué pasa, no sé si me oyen. Tania, ajá.
Yo le escucho un poquito cortado y si podría repetir otra vez.
No, solo estaba diciendo que levantaran la mano, que quiero ver si están aquí o solo están conectados y o qué pasa porque les hablo y no me contestan. Bien, ya participó Alma, Claudia. I don't know if Polanco, would you like to try?
Okay.
Okay, number 3.
Number 3. We have a new topic.
A new or a few?
A few topic
A few topics. Okay, thank you.
for the reunion,
For the meeting, we can say.
for the meeting.
For the meeting, that's correct. Okay, we have a few topics for the meeting. Well, that's correct. But can you tell me why are you using a few and not a little?
Because topics is countable name.
Yeah, that's correct. Very good. Thank you very much. Because topics is accountable now. Even we are using that in plural, right? Topics in plural.
Topics.
Yeah, thank you. Number 4, Gabriela, are you here?
Yes, teacher, I am. And I have um, a, a few of milk.
I have a few. Then
Um, you can drink.
yeah, you can drink. Thank you. That's correct. So now, can you explain us a little bit why are you using a few and not a little here?
Because is milk is uncountable now.
Yeah, that's correct. Milk is uncountable now, but a few is only used with countable nouns. Why are you using a few and not a little here? Or the sentence is incorrect here? What do you think?
A little.
Okay, someone says a little. What do you think, Gabriel? Do you think that we need to use a little or a
Uh,
few?
yes, a little.
Yeah, a little, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. A little, because milk, as you said, is an uncountable now. Yeah. Okay, here I have more examples. I don't know if Enrique, are you here? You can help me out with this one. Well, I think that he is not here. Raquel, what about you? Would you like to try?
I'm trying.
Okay, okay. Go ahead.
No veo la pantalla. Ay, gracias.
Okay.
I need drink. A few coffee or wake up.
Okay. Can you explain us why are you using a few and not a little here?
Little.
Because coffee is uncountable now.
Can you explain that again, please?
No, no sé si me escuchan.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Because coffee is
Yeah.
uncountable now.
Yeah, coffee is uncountable, but why are you using a little? I mean, a few.
A little.
No, a
Mm,
few. Why are you using a few? Because a few is used with countable nouns only, not with uncountable. In coffee is uncountable.
ah,
Okay.
okay.
Do you think that it's correct or incorrect?
Entiendo que entonces está equivocado.
Yeah, that's incorrect. We can use a little, and that one is correct because, as you said, coffee is uncountable, and we only use a little with uncountable nouns. Okay.
Okay.
It's clear that. ¿Está claro eso? Y por si, no, si se han confundido, ¿verdad? Muy bien. Let me check. Who is the next one? Well, I think that all of you already participated. Tanya told me that she's working, but she's paying attention. Luis Enrique, I don't know what happened with him. Well, a volunteer. Who would like to try? That one is easy.
The kid has a few toys.
The kid, right? The kid has. Yeah, that works. That's correct. Very good. A few, why? A few and not a little.
Because it's countable.
Yeah, because a few, I mean, toys is countable. Yeah. The next one. What do you think about this? Number 3.
My baby sleep a little each morning.
Okay. My baby sleeps a little every morning. Um, yeah, that's correct. A little. A little every morning. Sleeps a little.
No each.
We can use each as well, but here every morning it's like cada mañana todas las mañanas, ¿verdad? Porque cada mañana es como algo seguido. We can use each or every. My baby sleeps a little each morning. Even that sounds better if we use every. My baby sleeps a little every morning. Cada mañana o todas las mañanas. Es que hay algunas palabras que a veces en inglés pensamos, por ejemplo, busquemos esa. Significa como cada, each, cada. Pero en sí, vaya que está, hay sinónimos también. Every, acá está every también, que también significa eso, cada o todos. They are synonyms, right? And it's correct if we use every. Even it is more used, es más usada every en este tipo de oraciones así. Okay, number 4.
Teacher,
Um,
teacher,
Yeah, tell me.
en esa oración se podría usar el many. She have many contacts in this
Yeah.
company.
Yeah, that's correct. She has many contacts in that company. Yeah, that's correct.
Se podría.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, but
Okay.
if we are talking about a big amount, una gran cantidad, ¿verdad? Pero aquí no. O sea, la oración que usted me dice sí está correcta, pero aquí no, porque, vaya, es que como lo explico. Many es como muchos, pero ¿creen que tiene alguna similitud algunos con muchos? Esas palabras, muchos y algunos. ¿Creen que es casi lo mismo o son diferentes? ¿Sí creen? Bueno, yo siento de que muchos es una palabra totalmente distinta a algunos. No sé qué piensan ustedes. ¿Sí? Yo veo que algunos es como algo, una cantidad pequeña y muchos es una cantidad grande, ¿verdad? Entonces, ¿qué piensan? ¿Podemos usar many aquí? ¿Sí o no? Bueno, es que no quiero confundir. La oración que usted me dice sí está correcta, pero aquí usar many no sería correcto. No sé si me doy a entender.
Okay.
Ajá, pero ¿se entiende o no?
Sí, teacher.
Oh, muy bien. Sí, ¿verdad? Porque many es como muchos y algunos es una cantidad pequeña, creo. Algunos y muchos. Muchos es bastante. So, how would you make that sentence? Number 4. ¿Cómo lo harían? How would you make that one? She has a volunteer, whoever. If we make the sentences, well, we can go early because so that's everything, right? We are just practicing, but if we practice uh, um, a little bit fast, so we can go out.
En esta podría ser she had a few contacts. Contact. How do you say contactos? Contact in this company? Oh no, in this that.
Yeah, in that, because that is esa. Because this es como decir esta, ¿verdad? Esta. Y esa es como that. That es como esa. Yeah, that's correct. She has a few contacts in that company. That's correct. Very good. Es como transmite la oración, transmite como ella tiene algunos o unos pocos contactos en esa compañía. Pero si usamos many es como she has many. Es como ella tiene muchos. ¿Verdad? Ahí sí ya cambia totalmente la oración. A few contacts in that company. In the last 4 sentences. Las últimas 4. Number 1. What about this one? Who would like to try? The number 1. Just try. Don't be afraid to make a mistake.
I have a few books.
A few
Teacher,
books.
ahí no cabe la palabra someone.
Yeah, ¿cuál? No le escuché.
Someone. Someone.
Some I have. Así.
Someone. Ajá. No.
¿Por qué creería? O no entiendo. ¿Por qué quiere usar someone? No
Dice,
entiendo. Quiere usar
tal
some.
vez se
Some.
podría usar esa ahí, no.
Some. Esa, ¿verdad?
Someone. Ajá.
No, pero es que yo creo que la que
No.
usted dice es some, nada más. Some. Porque someone es como alguien. Eso significa alguien.
Pues no. No.
Sí, yo creo que la que usted dice es esta, some. Solo some. Es que está some y está someone. Son 2 palabras muy distintas. Yo creo que usted ha confundido.
Sí,
esta.
definitivamente.
Sí, eso pasa.
I have a few books.
Yeah, I have a few books. I have a few books that you can read. Y también puedo usar some. I have some books.
That you can read.
Yeah, that you can read. Pero ahora sí está claro, ¿verdad? Some es una palabra que significa alguno, ¿verdad? Y someone es una palabra
Alguien.
de... Ajá, alguien. O alguien.
Sí.
Como por ejemplo cuando digo someone else, alguien más.
Somebody else o algo así.
Pero some es como alguno, ¿verdad? Y sí, aquí puedo usar some, es correcto. I have some books that you can read. Es correcto. Pero como estamos viendo solo a few en a little, ¿verdad? Entonces vamos a usar a few. Pero es correcto. Sí, es correcto. No es que esté malo. Yo creo que mañana vamos a ver la otra. Donde usamos a few, any, and a lot of. Yo creo que son más fáciles esas. But I have a few books that you can read. Okay? Okay, number 2. What do you think about that one? That can be a little bit tricky because it's like confusing. It is correct if I use a few or a little in that one. What do you think? You can try. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. Just try.
A little information.
Okay, but you can make the whole sentence since the beginning.
They have a little of information.
A little information. And that's
Information.
yeah, they have a little information. But now, can you explain me, or you can explain us why are you using a little and not a few?
Because a little is an uncountable noun.
Is
Name.
used with uncountable nouns. Yeah, you are right. And what is the noun here? ¿Cuál es el sustantivo? Esta, ¿verdad? Information.
Information.
Information is countable or uncountable?
Uncountable.
Yeah, it's uncountable. And that's why I'm using a little, because a little is used with uncountable nouns, and information is uncountable. Number 3.
Every day I drink a few cup of coffee.
Every day I
I
drink
drink
a few, ¿verdad?
a
A
few
few,
cup of coffee.
yeah, cups of coffee. Yeah, that's correct. Very good. Why a few? Because cups is countable, right? That's correct. And the last one. This is the last one. What about this one? What do you think? If you have an idea, you can share with us. And don't be afraid to make a mistake. Just try.
I have a little meals in my house.
Have a little what? Have a little what? I didn't hear.
Meals,
Milk? Why milk?
comida.
Okay, I have a little milk in my house.
No, milk, no, meal.
Oh, yeah, meal. Yeah, but in this sentence you can use food,
Yeah.
because meal es la palabrita meal, es cierto, usted tiene razón. Meal significa como una comida, pero es como cuando especificamos una en específico, por ejemplo, la cena, el desayuno o el almuerzo, ¿verdad? Desayuno, almuerzo, cena. Those are meals. Esas son meals, ¿verdad? Por ejemplo, veamos aquí. Incluso también se le puede agregar la S, meals. Veamos, aquí está full meal, ¿verdad? Any of the regular occasions in a day. Va, aquí está lo que les digo. Any of the regular occasions in a day when a reasonably large amount of food is eaten, such as a breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Va, aquí está lo que les digo. Que la palabra food es comida en general, y meal es usada como cuando decimos, I just had my breakfast. Eso es como la meal. My lunch es una meal. Dinner también es meal. No sé si me doy a entender. Pero en este caso es como food. Food es la palabra en general para decir comida de todo, ¿verdad? Comida, no importa, comida. Pero meal es como como el desayuno. Así. Meal es como el almuerzo o la cena. Eso es meal. Y food es ya el sustantivo, la palabra que dice, ¿verdad? Comida. I have a little food in my house. And yeah, that's correct. A little, because food is countable, uncountable. We cannot say foods. Foods. I have never saw that word. Nunca he visto eso. I have never seen that word. Even in Spanish, we don't say comidas. Platos de comida, that makes sense. And that's correct. But we don't say foods. I have a little food in my house. Well, I don't know if you have questions about this or everything is clear.
It's clear.
Okay. Just to make a review about many, much, a few, and a little. Much is used with, you can tell me, much is used with countable or uncountable nouns?
Uncountable now.
Uncountable nouns. And many is used with
Countable.
countable nouns. Yeah, that's correct. And they express a great amount. Expresan una cantidad grande, ¿verdad? Mucho o bastante. Okay, now a few is used with countable or uncountable nouns.
Countable.
Yeah, that's correct. Now, a little is used with countable or uncountable nouns. What about the rest? Yeah, uncountable. That's correct. Very good. Well, that's everything. We just have to learn with what kind of nouns we can use, right? Because there are countable and uncountable nouns in English, and we have to be careful. We cannot say, I have spent many time. I have spent much time. Ahí sí, ¿verdad? Tiene sentido. I have spent much time. He perdido mucho tiempo. I have spent much time. Ahora, si decimos, he perdido muchas horas. I have spent many hours. Ahí sí, porque hours is countable. O he perdido pocos minutos. I have spent a few minutes, ¿verdad? He perdido poco tiempo. I have spent much. I have spent a little time. Un poquito de tiempo. Well, if you don't have questions about this, I think that it's all for today. I think that it's a little bit easy because we just practiced a few and a little, and what's the main difference between them? And we just practiced some sentences and we made some exercises at the end. And that's everything. Even I have some exercise here. But I think that it's all for today, right? Okay, thank you very much for joining and have a good night. I'll see you on Thursday. I mean tomorrow, because tomorrow we have another one. Okay, have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Like,
Bye-bye.